What's good, Joe? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles. You're listening to Legends Live Forever with MJ and Kobe. Let's get straight into episode 3. How you feeling, bro?
Making it through, man. Making it through.
Taking it
Trying to
through
graduate. Trying to graduate.
on time, 4 in, 4 out.
4 in, 4 out. You know how it go. You know the money run out at some point. We got to get up out of here. Morehouse can't have no more of this.
Nah, don't care. Like that, like March, April, May is different.
That, bro. I just went over my schedule, like my calendar. I'm not gonna be here a single weekend in April. Like I'm leaving all Thursdays, coming back Mondays. Like it's nasty. It's nasty. And I'm taking this physics class, bro. I'm like, I really hate that.
That must be a gen ed you got to get out the way.
I got to get that second science out the way. That second science.
I knocked that out of COVID. I was cheating.
Here the folks come with the Cowboys already.
The Cowboys. Let's see what they talk about.
How these Cowboys doing? They still all in.
What's up, Evan? We're gonna get into that shortly, because that's definitely one of our topics, because we heard about the whole Dak thing. But matter of fact, since you already commented, and appreciate you for showing love, like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube, comment down below, do all that jazz. And man, since my man Evan started off,
we on Instagram today too.
We on Instagram today too, bro.
For sure.
Let's do it. So,
you know,
we're gonna start this off. We was gonna start off with some Celtics stuff, and we definitely gonna do it right after this topic. But Dak Prescott and the Cowboys have failed to reach an extension for this offseason. They're gonna play it out 2024-2025 season. As a Cowboys fan, as a unbiased Cowboys fan, because you got to keep it real sometimes, how you feel about this move?
I think it's twofold. Like, so first of all, does Dak deserve that extension? He does. Because I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's nobody to replace Dak Prescott right now. And when you get rid of your quarterback, you have to replace your quarterback, especially when you had the type of team that the Cowboys have. Like, Dak Prescott is the unspoken leader in that locker room. Dak Prescott is loved by everybody in that locker room. And when you had a type of team that should be a contending team like the Cowboys have, you have to replace that quarterback. You can't just like willy-nilly get rid of your starting quarterback and be like, it is what it is. I don't need Dak Prescott no more. So what do you do if you get rid of Dak Prescott? So does Dak Prescott deserve his extension? He does. But what I think is happening is I don't know if everybody's seen what Dion said on $1 million worth of games. Shout out Wallow, shout out Gilly. Shador and your boy about to pull a Eli. They gonna dictate where they go. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe with the connections that Dion and Shador have to Texas, to Dallas, I believe they might be trying to make a homecoming play. Maybe they might be trying to get back to Dallas. And Jerry Jones, as we all know, loves the Sanders family. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's trying to be made happen. It's gonna be very difficult because the Cowboys are going to win regardless. Like, we're not just gonna magically fall off and win 4 games and end up with the 3 pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know we're gonna front run in the regular season. We're gonna get 10 or 12 wins. Like, it's no way that we end up inside the top 10 unless we give up something to get there. To end up with Shador. But I mean, I don't know.
I think with y'all, it's like you got to make the decision. And this is very similar for y'all Philly people watch. And this actually does relate to us, because I'm about to relate this to the 76ers. It's like you have a team that is always going to be in contention. But, at the end of the day, they're not going to win a championship. So it's like, do you get off Dak and, take a risk for a better future? Or do you stand pat and be like, we're okay with 12 win seasons, 11 win seasons, and just
And hope
being,
for the best.
you know,
Hope for the best, really. I mean,
same
because
thing with the Celtics, same thing with the Sixers too. With Joel Embiid, it's like, do you get off Joel Embiid early and get a rebuild going and be worse than you are now, but have a higher ceiling, or do you stand pat and be like, heck, I'm rather just go to the playoffs for the next 3-4 years than and not win a championship? That's the decision that y'all got to make.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a terrible position to be in. Um, as a fan, it is. As a fan, it is because you know what comes with all of that. You know what comes with all of that. Like if we get off Dak, the rest of your players isn't gonna believe in the team, right? Like if you let Dak go, who we know is a statistical like statistically speaking, Dak
No,
is
he be doing his thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like he's one of them ones statistically speaking, but is he that guy to give us a win in the postseason to make it to allow us to win in the postseason? I'm not sure. I can't. I don't know. But if you get rid of Dak, like CD is gonna be upset. Micah is gonna be upset, right? Like, because if you get rid of Dak, you're gonna have to bring in somebody. You're gonna have to go and get that big
Trey Lance.
yeah, like they're not about to play under Trey Lance. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna waste their careers like that. I believe they would much rather waste their careers with Dak Prescott, which I don't know is technically a waste of career because they will be statistical phenomenons for the rest of their careers. But I don't think that they're in the business of getting rid of Dak for Shador Sanders or whoever else it is. I don't see them being in the business of that.
I think a lot of teams, as much as I crap on Dak,
a lot of teams would love to have
a lot of teams are gonna be, in line to go ahead and sign Dak if and when he becomes a free agent, because what they're gonna think in their head is, oh, he was a victim of Jerry Jones. He was a victim of that toxic Cowboys culture. If we, put him in our culture, oh, this is a Super Bowl quarterback. That's what they're gonna think. I don't believe that's the case, but teams have a legit reason to think that. Yeah. Definitely to think that. So, but I heard a take from Skip Bayless. Then I'm gonna go to the next topic where he was like, Shador right now is better than Dak. I'm like, yo, you're wild, bro. I don't even know if Prime believe that right now.
He's the reason that like everybody hates Cowboys fans. Like he is the epitome of what it is to hate a Cowboys fan. Like how it's nobody in sports media it's no Cowboys fan in sports media that's worse than Skip Bayless, bro. Like,
yeah, he's bad.
He's horrible. He's a horrible Cowboys fan. I won't speak on him in the business because I don't know, bro, like that. But like, it's nobody that's a worse Cowboys fan than Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
And that's a Cowboys fan that I couldn't watch Cowboys football with. Like, I would not sit with him and watch the game.
He's bad.
He's horrible.
Let's get to this Celtics stuff. And I told you before the show, y'all watching, buckle up. Because I told Kobe before the show, I'm like, I'm going to rant about these guys. I watched that game against the Hawks, and I saw them blow a 30-point lead. I've been saying the regular season frauds, and come postseason time, you're going to see what's going to happen. And I'm going to go off. First off, you have a 30-point lead. I get it, right? There are like times in the NBA, or it's a time in the NBA where a 20-point lead isn't the same thing as it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, because of the 3-point shot. But it's no damn reason why you're losing to the Hawks down 30 and they don't even have Trae Young. It's unacceptable. I could see if it's December. I could see if it's January. I could see if it's earlier on in the season. We're literally less than a month into the postseason. And what does this team do? They chuck up threes and they play ISO ball in the end. So if they're not beating teams, blowing them out, because they shoot such a high percentage from three, if it gets to a close game, do I trust Jason Tatum to take me there? Do I trust Jaylen Brown to get me to the promised land? Hell no. Hell no. I got to believe it till I see it because I simply have not seen it. I saw Tatum do it against the Sixers that have 2 playoff chokers in James Harden and Joel Embiid. So I'll give you that. Now, people have said, well, they lost to an all-time great player in Steph Curry and the Warriors in the finals. All right, I'll give you that. But since then, what has this team showed me that they're different? They're different. They're actually worse because Ime Udoka is 10 times better the coach that Joe Mazzulla is. Joe Mazzulla sucks. I said Kim Mulkey can't coach. Joe Mazzulla cannot coach, bro. What's his formula? Just chuck up threes. If they're not making threes, they like it gets me so mad because there is not a team in the league that is as talented as the Celtics that plays the way they play. And my last point before I give it to you, you're in a close game. Less than 6 minutes left. Do you trust Tatum and Brown or Giannis or Dame? I'm taking Giannis or Dame every time. Giannis is a champion. Damian Lillard, multiple times in multiple postseasons, has hit series, not just a buzzer beater, not just win a game, win a freaking series. Dame is that guy. So sleep on the Celtics as much as you want. Sleep on the Heat as much as you want. But any of those teams, if it's a close game and it's going to be close series in the playoffs, you're not going to be blowing teams out like you are now. It's going to be close games. I'm picking the Bucks and the Heat over the Celtics any day of the week. And last night proved my point that the Celtics aren't ready for prime time. I'm going to hand it off to you.
Yeah, you passionate about that thing. I like that.
Passionate about that, John. And last thing, people be saying, oh, well, what about your Sixers? I know they not nothing, but the Celtics swear they something. I'm like, bro, you won 1 chip this century. Most of y'all chips, y'all by the time the Lakers, you would like this because you're a Lakers fan. They had, 17 chips or 16 chips as much as the Lakers? But they got all of their chips basically with Bill Russell, and it was an 8-team league. It was all real. There's a Mickey Mouse chips. What good is this Mickey Mouse chips? The only real great seasons y'all had was with Larry Bird back in the 80s, back when crack was booming. So I'm off it, bro. You got it.
Bro, I don't disagree with you. I just disagree with some of the things that you said. One, you said this isn't December, this isn't early in the season, this isn't one of the like. I actually am not worried about them losing in March because like I believe that complacency is a real thing, and the lead that they have in first place right now is utterly ridiculous. Like there's nobody catching them. They know there's nobody catching them. Them losing in at the end of March like doesn't bother me as much as I think it bothers you. Like you seem to like if this was happening in December, if this was happening at the beginning of the season, that's when I would be like, hey, y'all kind of trash. Like that's kind of crazy. Not the beginning of the season, but if this was happening in December, like in the heart of the race, like then sure. But I think there's a complacency stat like that they have going on. But let me give you some numbers. They blow an 11 point lead to the Sixers, 18 to the Hornets, 12 to the Magic. Now, all of those, I know that 20-point leads aren't the same anymore, and all of those leads are under 20 points. But the Sixers, Hornets, and Magic, like those are teams that you should be blowing out. I don't know why you're blowing leads to them, let alone not blowing them out, right? 17 to the Warriors, 22 to the Cavs, and 30 last night to the Hawks without Trae Young. Now I get Drew Holiday and Derek White didn't play, but damn, like, come on, we got to do something. Like, something has got to be better. And their first play, their top 10, I believe, in pace in the first quarter, and then they're second to last in the fourth quarter. which lets me know that they have a lot of leads. They bring in a lot of leads to the fourth quarter, and they just stop playing. They just stop playing. I don't know what that is. Where they had this ISO ball thing that they do at the end of the game, and it's like, all right, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum going back and forth. Like, okay, it's your turn, Jason. It's your turn, Jaylen. Like, I don't know what it is that they have going on, but it seems to me that when they don't have Drew Holiday and Derek White running that offense, they're horrible. And it's because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are wing players, which means they play from the wing, and their whole game is to chuck up threes and try to get to the basket. Try to.
Let me ask you this though. With Tatum, you mentioned him. If Tatum was really in contention for the face of the league, where the criticism at? Where is it at? If it was Giannis, it'd be raising hell. Luka, raising hell. I feel like when the Celtics don't do well, it's like, oh well, I don't expect. You feel me? Like, I'll give you an example, like Brock Purdy. Some people try to say that he's an elite QB. I'm not saying that. He's a very good quarterback, but like, what was he really blamed for the loss, or was he blamed for certain stuff? He's not, because people don't expect that much of him. I feel like the same way with Jason Tatum. It's like, you can say he's elite, but until he really gets that criticism after major losses, that's the sign that you're gonna be the face of the league. Like, you feel me? I'm saying, like,
but
you gotta take the good with the bad.
I think you missing what a lot of this is. Jason Tatum is still like 26, 25, something like that. He's like 25, 26, and he's like he's winning a lot. The only thing he hasn't done at this point, up to this point, is win a championship. So you're talking about criticism, but what criticism do you need him to have? Like, where do you critique Jason Tatum at? In what facet do you critique Jason Tatum?
He's at that point where it's like, he's past the whole, you're so great, you're amazing. Like, that's where Wemby's at right now. He's got some time, but he's only a rookie. But that's where Wemby's at. I think that's where Shai is at. Like, if they get bounced out early in the playoffs, people are going to be like, hey, he just got here. I think Luke is getting to that, to where it's like, all right, buddy, what you about to do in the playoffs, yo? What you about to do in the playoffs? I think, who else is a young guy? No, Zion, he's gotten from, all right, you're a good player. Now let's see what you do in the postseason. Let's see you get healthy. So, like, it's like phases that, like, certain players are in. And this is the phase that Tatum is in. It's like, I don't care if you win 60 games.
But Jason
Tatum has done more than
all of them.
Where's the chip at?
But Jason Tatum has done more than all of them combined.
He had better teams.
I mean,
he got a stacked roster, though.
He got a stacked roster this year. I will say, like, those teams have been put together really well. Before this year, those teams had been put together really well to play with Jason Tatum. But nothing about their roster was, like, stacked. Like, Al Horford had really good games in the playoffs. But Al Horford doesn't stack your roster. I don't know. Tatum, but not Tatum missing that.
I mean, look, don't do well 56 and 15. That's consistent. Tatum missing that dog in him, but not players like. I mean, I definitely don't think he has that dog in him. I'll definitely say that. But I mean, LeBron did say, and I'll give him that. What Bron won, he ain't win when he was 26. Jordan
Everybody didn't win today. It was like 28-30.
But my thing is, like, you gotta like the pressure's on you. Like, it's not no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the pressure's on.
The pressure is on because we know what he can do. The pressure isn't on because he's.
I agree with this.
The Tatum's biggest issue is that he's missing is the dog that he's missing. Sure. That's everybody knows that, though. Everybody knows that. But I feel like Jason Tatum is still finding a way to get over the hump, which is everybody else's problem too. That's why LeBron said what he said, because nobody won before between.
So do you think the Celtics When do you think? At what age do you think Jason Tatum wins his first championship?
Probably 30. Probably 29.
Oh, bro, if he don't win until he's 30, he's gonna get crucified, bro.
Why?
Because Jaylen Brown is on that mega contract. If they go 4 years without winning a championship, by that time in this volatile NBA, JB's gonna be gone, bro.
JB's not going anywhere.
They gonna fire Brad Stevens. Only way, like, unless he just like keeps getting, you feel me? Like somebody's going to get fired, and they going to end up shaking some stuff up.
For
30.
Sure. All right, 30 was a stretch because that's 4 more years from now. But he wins in the next 2. He wins in the next 2.
All right, that's cool.
He wins in the next 2.
Let's get into this. Is a tough topic. It's a tough topic. Shohei Ohtani. All right, so if you don't know the story, it was reported that Shohei's friend, his interpreter, because Shohei doesn't know English yet, stole $4.5 million. $4.5 million.
Wait, you gotta say allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Because the whole problem with all of this is that there's 2 stories.
Yeah, it's 2 stories. He allegedly stole 4.5.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe. Look, for me, I'm a grad student and I work on the side. I got a couple of jobs. Outside of Real Talk. And I'll be checking my account. If I see a Uber charge for $10, $12, that's not me. I'm like, what the heck? And I ain't got near a mil. Nowhere near that. So you're telling me like you just didn't peep that $4.5 million was in your account, and where was the money going? The money was going to sports books. So now it's a conversation. I know you saw that the guy from the Raptors who basically, like, I don't think he was playing that much, so he was betting his unders. But it's like
he was wild though, because he's crazy. He's live betting his unders. He's having somebody live bet his unders, and then he went out with like an eye contusion from 4 days ago. He was like, "Yeah, my eye was re-aggravated. I'm sitting out the rest of the night. Like my ankle was re-aggravated. I'm sitting out the rest of the night." After having somebody like live bet his unders in the first quarter. That's
how do they find that out though? Like, how do they find that out?
Because did you see the numbers that he was betting? Bro betted like 80 racks. Bro live betted like 80 racks on the live bet, bro. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know FanDuel, DraftKings, they like, yo, the NBA, yo. Ain't no way somebody is betting 80 racks on so-and-so from the Raptors. I don't even know his name, bro.
It's
and I know basketball. I don't even know
it's Michael Porter's brother.
You read?
Is Michael from Denver? Or from Denver. Yeah, it's his brother. Yeah, it's insane. Bro getting like 450,000 on a 2-way contract this year. And he live betting his unders for like 80 racks. He's insane.
That's crazy. 80 racks crazy. So what about Ohtani though? Like,
nah, that's insane.
My thing is you got like 600 mil.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Ain't no way you telling me that this guy is like going rogue and you ain't peep nothing.
Yeah.
If you peep, even if you peep 100,000, you're gonna be like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you wilding today, huh? Okay. I'm
wilding today.
Okay. Nah, the Ohtani thing is insane because I want to know what bookie is letting you go for $4.5 million. See, the reason that the first story makes sense is because this only happened. A bookie is only letting you go under 4.5 million. Like you're only losing 4.5 million if the bookie knows that you have the money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was sports betting with a bookie and say you was my bookie, right? And I'm like, I'm losing. If I get up to like $3,000, you're gonna be like, nah, dog. Like you gotta, like, I'm cutting you off till you pay me back. So what bookie do you know is letting somebody get up to $4.5 million in losses?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's not adding up.
It's not adding up. But the only way that story makes sense is if the bookie knows that this dude is betting for Shohei Ohtani, or he knows that, or the interpreter is the one that's actually doing the bets, and he's like, but I'm Shohei Ohtani's interpreter. Like, you know, I'm good for the 4.5 million. You see what I'm saying? Those are the only two scenarios where it's like, where as a bookie, I'm like, yeah, I know I can go and get my 4.5 million back. Because like you just said, Shohei Ohtani has 600 mil. So it's like, the only way as a bookie I'm letting this happen is if I know that you're betting for Shohei Ohtani. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I ain't even tripping. 400 million, 4.5 mil is chump change for him. It's chump change.
Yeah, and I feel like for Ohtani, this is just like very surprising because he seemed like the most polished superstar in a while. Like, he's very, like, he don't be partying, none of that. Like, he very reserved, disciplined.
But
I was
thing.
Fox Sports. They had me watch a documentary on him, and like everybody, you know, in Japan just talking highly of him and all that. Like, it was nothing about, and it's like, I don't think it's nothing. Like, when I say like it's crazy, I personally don't care, because part of it is a little bit hypocritical from our society that's pushing betting everywhere you look, and then gets mad when like athletes are like, well, shoot, like, I'm gonna go ahead and I want some too. So like, I feel like I'm not mad at cuz, but it's still a nutty situation. Like, but I'm not like, how dare you? I don't care. I don't care. But
it's
like,
it's his money. This is 4.5 million. And if he don't care enough to keep track of 4.5 million, then who the hell am I to say something about it?
Right.
like if you don't care about 4.5 million, why the hell should I care about your 4.5 million? I ain't seen that a day in my life. I ain't seen nothing close to 4.5 mil. So I don't know. It ain't got nothing to do with me, but it is wild. And the dude is gone too. Like, the dude is falling off the face of the earth. Where did he go? Like,
who, the interpreter?
Yeah, where did he go? Like,
he's not gonna know it.
He ain't said nothing else. Like, Shohei just was like, yeah, bro was stealing from me, and the interpreter was just like, yeah, bro, it's clear.
Yeah, I think my last point on it is just like, when these like scandals come out, and like information comes out that's a little bit sketchy, you always got to think about like, all right, who benefits the most from this being true? Who benefits the most? All y'all watching, think about that and comment what you think. But who benefits the most?
I got a question. The MLB is known for having like scandals, doping, betting, wild stuff, whatever it is. Do you think the MLB actually gets to the bottom of this? Like, do they actually care to get to the bottom of this and find out that they biggest superstar?
They don't want to. They don't want to.
That's my point. They
don't want to. They're literally making him. What do they want baseball to be? And it already is, but Shohei will take this to another level. Yeah. He'll make the game global. Yeah. He will be like that first real super duper star that they can really market, because what's everybody saying about baseball? Like, their marketing of superstar players is not at the level of NBA, of the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's no excuse. Y'all ain't got helmets. We can see the faces of all these guys.
Yeah.
And Shohei going to the Dodgers, a historic franchise in LA, they want this guy to be the face. So I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the MLB, just doesn't really
Yeah.
investigate
Money
too
was stolen.
much. To do a little gloss over, be like, yeah, you good. Like, I'm pretty sure like the Dodgers got his back either way. So that's what it's really gonna be. Like, you invested a lot in this guy to be the face of the league. It can't go out like this. Yeah, they can't go out like this.
Yeah.
You feel me? Next topic. It was actually something that you texted me about it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just add this in the show.
Oh, I think it is. You're insane for saying that.
So look,
that's the wildest thing.
LeBron on his podcast with JJ Redick, he said, Steph Curry is the most influential player in the game. I disagree. Michael Jordan. Why is it? What? All right, I get people. I get everybody shooting threes and all that, but we got to go back to the basics. We got to go back to, hey, who started the whole reason why NBA players are marketed the way they are?
Okay,
it was Michael freaking Jordan.
Okay.
Why do all these guys have endorsements with sneakers and all that, and have Anthony Edwards, Kyrie, KD, LeBron, all these guys have endorsements? It's because of Michael Jordan. Why does everybody have a brand outside of basketball? It's because of Michael Jordan. And literally the way that the NBA markets athletes is because of Michael Jordan. You literally see that. The reason why these guys have multi-million-dollar contracts, the reason why a lot of parents now are telling their kid, yo, play basketball, don't play football, is because of the guaranteed contracts. The number one person that is responsible for this and for the benefits that these NBA players reap is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Not to mention, my last point is what he did with the NBA, making it a global brand.
Okay.
When Jordan came in, it was over. It was over. I get the threes and all that stuff, bro. But like Steph Curry, let's not act like he's the best shooter ever. I know that. But let's not act like his teammate is a top 5 shooter ever. That helped him a lot.
Yeah.
Let's not act like the one championship that Steph Curry won that validated his success was 2022.
Yeah.
Every other one, it's like the two with KD. KD was him. Okay. In 2015, what would have happened if Steve Kerr didn't insert Andre Iguodala in the lineup in game 3 or game 4? The Cavs win. Now, you're not talking about the league changing crazy because so again, Steph is the most influential. You can hear me?
Nah, you had went out.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Hold up. All right, bet. Steph is the most influential player of the 21st century, right? But all time, I gotta give Jordan.
No. And here's why. You know what the one flaw with your argument is what? Jordan changed the lives of NBA players. He didn't change the life of nobody else. He didn't change my life. He didn't change yours. He didn't change the lives of basketball players worldwide. He changed the lives of NBA players. He changed the way that they were marketed, sure. So they get marketed better today. He made the game more global way back in the 80s and 90s than it was before. Sure. But what is Jordan's trademark? What is his legacy to the game that changed the lives of people outside of the NBA? Nothing. Like he's just the greatest player of all time. And that's great, and that's fine, and that's dandy. But he didn't change. He didn't change.
Shoes.
Huh?
I mean, I feel like if you have some shoes that make people kill each other,
yeah,
you gotta get some credit for that, John.
Yeah, no, I get it. I stood outside in line for them J's too. I remember the first time I did it, I was in 7th grade. The Gamma Blues that came out. I remember standing outside for that Christmas release. I remember. I get it. But he didn't change the lives of basketball players worldwide. Shoes didn't change the lives of basketball players worldwide. Michael Jordan did not change the lives of basketball players worldwide. Be Like Mike is a song because you can't be like Mike. You want to know why there's not a song that says be Steph Curry, be like Steph Curry? Because I can be like Steph Curry. You can be like Steph Curry. You want to know why? Because Steph Curry isn't some 6'6" freak athlete that you can never grow to be. Steph Curry's a 6-foot guy who can shoot from the parking lot. Everybody can aspire and strive to do that in their lives. Steph Curry changed the way that the game is played. And he changed the way that the game is played worldwide. That's why he's the most influential. Not because he's the greatest player of all time, not even because he's the greatest shooter of all time. He's the most influential player of all time because he influenced the way that the game is played. We just went over the fact that 20-point leads are no longer anything. 10 years ago, if you was up by 15 at the beginning of the fourth quarter, you took all of your starters out. Your starters didn't even see the court the rest of the game. They was all resting, kicking back, laughing, eating sunflower seeds on the sidelines. You can't do that anymore because Steph Curry changed the game. You see what I'm saying? So Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player to ever play this game. Sure, I get it. But that doesn't change that doesn't make him the most influential. He changed the lives of NBA basketball players, sure. And that's what you just told me. Your whole synopsis and what you told me in your argument is that he changed the lives of NBA players. And while that's great, my life isn't affected by somebody out there making 60 mil and getting ESPN commercials. My life isn't affected by that. Is yours? I don't think so. But you know what me and you could have done? Me and you could have gotten in that gym every day to become D1 basketball players, to become NBA basketball players. Now, granted, you know what I'm saying? You still at 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", you still can't, you know what I'm saying? You still your chances of making it that far are very low. Your chances are still of making it that far are very low. But you know what Allen Iverson did and what Steph Curry did? They made it so that these smaller guards, are able to play today's game. AI did it because he was pound for pound the best basketball player to ever play the game of basketball. You know what AI would have been if he was 6'6" and a freak athlete like Michael Jordan? AI would have been the greatest basketball player to ever play the game of basketball.
It would have been over.
That's my point. So AI's influence in culture, in fashion, and all of that, and just being a black man in America and changing the game, changing the way that the league responds to black men. That's why he's the most influential as far as the culture side goes. But as far as the game goes, Steph Curry, and by a landslide, it's not even close. Michael Jordan, sure, he changed what the NBA is as a league. But he doesn't have nothing on Steph Curry as far as the game of basketball and how it's played. Okay, sure, I can shoot a turnaround jumper because Michael Jordan did it. I don't want to shoot no more turnaround jumpers. You want to know why? Because if I shoot 15 turnaround jumpers like Michael Jordan did, I'm going to lose. You want to know why? Because the game has changed. Because Steph Curry said, if you don't shoot this three-pointer.
The thing with Steph, yeah.
If you don't shoot this three-pointer, you're going to lose.
It's like, I'll give Steph, he got more kids shooting, but he gives that false perception that you can be like him. You can't be like him.
Why not?
Bro, ain't nobody going to shoot like him, bro. It's NBA players that have.
Fair enough. The hope that he get. No, okay, sure. There probably won't be another Steph Curry for a very long time. But the point is, the fact of the matter is that the league has changed so that the ability to be a Steph Curry is real. I don't have the ability. I can be Steph Curry before I can be Michael Jordan. I can be Steph Curry before I can be LeBron James. I can be Allen Iverson before I can be Michael Jordan. I can be Allen Iverson before I can be LeBron James. I can be Allen Iverson and Steph Curry before I can be anybody else to ever play this game. And it's because of the way that they play, which is why he's the most influential. Because now there's kids from all over the world who are like, hey, bro, I got a real shot at this thing. I got a real shot at this thing.
Mike did have kids thinking they could fly, though. Let's not act like he ain't had kids thinking they could fly, bro.
But they couldn't. I don't care how long you're
in. And they can't shoot.
Huh?
And you saying they can't fly.
We lost him, yeah. Everybody lost him.
With Steph Curry, these guys can't shoot. That's why at the YMCA, you see these guys to the lane. You feel me? I feel like the delusion of being able to fly versus being able to shoot is greater. Like,
you're insane.
But they can fly. Like, they can fly.
You're insane. You know what Steph Curry didn't do until this past 3 years ago? Lift a weight. He didn't lift a weight. You know what you have to do to be able to fly? You got to go and do some squats. You got to go and put the bar on your shoulders and get up on your tippy toes a couple times. You got to be able to do those things. But you know what you can do all day? You know what you can do all day till your arms fall off? Shoot the air out the basketball. You can shoot the air out of the basketball all day. I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's easier to be Steph Curry. What I'm saying is it's more possible for anybody worldwide to be Steph Curry. Worldwide. The kid from Asia can be Steph Curry. The kid from Portugal can be Steph Curry. The kid from Spain can be Steph Curry. You can be Steph Curry. The kid from Minnesota can be Steph Curry. It doesn't matter where you are. If you have a hoop and you have a ball, you can practice being Steph Curry.
That's a fair point. That, like, can you shoot? Like, is it physically possible? It's more physically possible.
But that's what influence
it's more physically possible. But it's still like so far from reality that anybody could ever be. That damn near like flying. My Wi-Fi is trash, but we gonna keep rolling. All right, next topic, and we gonna get into some football before we head off this, John. We actually very, very good on time, bro.
Yeah, no, we good. We what, 44 in? That's tough.
Like, but yeah, my boy, yeah. AB, talk to AB.
You're not gonna be able to, but is the question? The question wasn't, are you going to be Steph Curry? The question was, is Steph Curry or Michael Jordan more influential? And the answer to that is Steph Curry. Because there are more kids right now trying to be like Steph Curry than there are kids trying to be like Michael Jordan. And the reason being is because if you turn into Michael Jordan, you are going to lose a lot of games. You're going to lose a lot of games if you try to be like Mike today. You're going to lose a lot. I promise you. Ask DeMar DeRozan. Ask him how that mid-range fade is going for him.
I mean, look, ask Trae Young how it's like to act like Steph Curry.
He made it to the league.
DeMar made it to the league.
Huh?
You said
I said yeah, no. DeMar made it to the league. And 10 years ago, you know why he made it to the league? He made it to the league being like Mike. You know what he's doing right now today? What is he doing right now today? Where is he shooting from? Bro, your Wi-Fi is horrible.
He ain't doing that. But like Trey Young, the Hawks be trying to do the same thing Golden State was doing, and look how they do it. They go both ways.
All of them are shooting 3-pointers. Embiid is shooting 3-pointers. Embiid is shooting 3-pointers. Is he not? Kawhi is shooting 3-pointers, y'all. Y'all not hearing me.
Embiid shooting threes because of Dirk, bro.
What?
He's shooting threes because of Dirk. Like, bro, Biggs ain't shooting because of Curry, bro.
I'm not saying they're shooting because of Curry. What I'm saying is that the game was changed. So everybody is now shooting 3-pointers because you have to shoot to keep up. I'm not saying Embiid is shooting because of Curry. Embiid is shooting 3-pointers because the team has to keep up, because other teams are shooting 3-pointers because of Steph Curry.
That's a fair point. All right, look. I'm going to ask you this question. Football question about JJ McCarthy. And Jim Harbaugh, his former coach at Michigan, now the coach for the Chargers, he said he had an unbelievable pro day. Unbelievable. Now, we've heard unbelievable pro days like Zach Wilson and saw how those have translated to the NFL. Now, granted, JJ McCarthy, he has a ring. Can't take that from him. Do you think JJ McCarthy is the best quarterback in this draft?
What? What? Why is that a topic, bro?
I'm so serious,
bro. You got.
Oh, hold up.
You got. You got to phrase the questions better than that, bro.
I'm so serious. Do you think he the best? He the best. I'm asking you.
Is JJ McCarthy the best quarterback in this draft? Was that the question?
I'm asking you.
No, hell no. We didn't even, bro. He didn't even make like top 8 on my list last week. We went over this last week, and he didn't even make like top 8 on my list. I had like Joe Milton in front of bro.
That's crazy.
Is it? I'm not convinced. And I'm an Ohio State fan. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that JJ McCarthy is anything more than your boy out of San Francisco. I'm not convinced. Because that's what he did. What he did in Michigan. What he did at Michigan is the same thing that your boy did in San Francisco. It's the same thing that your boy does in San Francisco, I should say.
Not my boy. I think he's very good, but I mean, look, as an Eagles fan, I pray to God the Commanders pass him up. I pray, oh my gosh, if the Commanders pass up on Jaden Daniels for JJ McCarthy, I might, bro, I don't know what I'll do. I'm gonna just celebrate like it's Super Bowl, because the Eagles dodged a bullet. Your team too will have dodged a bullet.
Yeah,
because JJ, not JJ McCarthy, but Jaden Daniels
is a baller.
He has the potential to be a superstar.
He has the potential to be a baller. You know who also does? JJ McCarthy, I guess he does. I can't say that he doesn't per se, but his chances are lower.
He got a lower ceiling. He might be able to play in the NFL. Like
Ken Newton called all of them dudes game managers. Like,
yeah,
game manager.
Like he don't strike
he don't strike fear in the heart of nobody.
I no fear, bro. If I'm the Kobe Dean, shouting the Kobe. If I'm lined up, I got the green dot. I'm lined up, and I see Jaden Daniels under center versus JJ McCarthy. Who strikes more fear in my heart? The guy who can freaking run for 80 yards and throw the ball for 80 yards.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not the guy who can do checkdowns. Like, come on, yo.
Yeah.
Come on. I think for JJ McCarthy to really be successful, it's gotta be like everything on his team, like Brock Purdy, is doing well.
Yeah.
Great running back, great wide receivers, great O line. With Jaden Daniels, he just need one great skill position player. He don't even need the best O line because his juking ability, I mean, it's up there, frankly, with Lamar. Straight out of college. I mean, let's keep it a stack. It's closer to Lamar than some people think. Look at the tape. So I think part of it is people see JJ McCarthy, he's tied with Jim Harbaugh. They immediately take Jim Harbaugh's word. But you got to think with Jim Harbaugh, this is a win-win. Because number one, he's helping out his guy. Yeah. I do believe they actually have a real relationship.
For sure.
He really likes JJ McCarthy as a quarterback.
That's his guy.
That's his guy. Yeah. He helped him win a chip. He helped him validate, his tenure
at Michigan.
At Michigan.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, too, if there's a team, the Vikings, the Giants, where the Giants owner saying, and that's going to be our last topic, is the Giants. They said if we see a franchise quarterback, we will sign him. Or we will draft him, rather.
That's fixed.
So my thing is, not only is Jim Harbaugh sticking up for his guy and JJ McCarthy, but he's also leveraging the Chargers' position in the draft to be like, heck, if you want the best quarterback in this draft, just trade spots with us. Give us a couple first-round picks. Give us a first. We'll trade down to, in the teens. But yeah, this is a guy who's a franchise quarterback. You should definitely trade up for him. Or bro, they want it to be they get the first non-quarterback in the draft. Because Caleb Williams, Bears. The Commanders, they're going to get a quarterback, whether it's Drake May, Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, they don't get a quarterback. Same thing with the Patriots, I think. Who has the fourth pick? I'm not sure. Yeah, but if they have the opportunity to pick the first non-quarterback to either get a wide receiver like Marvin Harrison or, boast up their offensive line or something like that, like, I think it's a win-win. He's not slick, though. Jim Harbaugh ain't slick.
Yeah, I don't have much. He's a game manager. He's a game manager.
Hey, Kentucky. Coach Calipari. Since 2021, he has won one single uno.
You took him.
One win.
You took him to win. You took him to win. And I told you they would fold. I didn't even know they was going to fold this early. I didn't even know they was going to fold. Yeah, hide behind your mic. Hide behind your mic. Because I tried to tell you. Pull up the messages. I got the receipt.
The thing is, I like Cal because, like,
if our messages wasn't so crazy and we didn't cuss at them, I would put the receipts up on the screen. But this is a family-friendly podcast right here, and we don't cuss here. So I'm not going to do that. But I told you they would fold. I told you they would. And you know what they did? They folded. Now me,
all right, look.
I had them going
for y'all watching. All right, I had Kentucky as my national champions. I did.
Insane.
I thought that like their collection of talent
would
all just come together.
No.
It was a little bit of my heart in it because I do like Coach Cal.
Everybody like Coach Cal.
I like their playmakers on Kentucky. But like I knew that
with Drake. You seen him kicking it with Drake. You thought it was their time. But
it was their time. I should have known. You know who I'm talking about. When I texted a very, very good friend of mine who won a championship with Anthony Davis and Kentucky, got Coach Cal his first chip or his only chip with Kentucky. When I told him, I said, I got Kentucky, bro. He was like, oh, no.
Tripping.
I should have known that. He told me, yo, watch out for NC State. What happened? NC State, they ended the Sweet 16. So I should have listened to Big Bro. I should listen to him. I wish I could say his name, but if y'all mess with me, then y'all know who I'm talking about. But I should have known when a player who literally played for Coach Cal won a chip,
but you know
wasn't confident.
But you know what all of them said all year? That Coach Cal treated Rob way different than he treated any of them. Jamal Murray, John Wall, any of them. You want to know why Coach Cal treated Rob Dillingham different than he treated the rest of them, though? Because he knew he didn't have the team to win. His fate lied in the hands of Rob Dillingham. Rob, you have to go out here and shoot the ball 20 times. That's where his fate lied.
DJ Wagner too. He had a freaking donut, bro. I'm like, come on, cuz.
But you see my point being, and all of this is his fate lied in the hands of one or two players. His fate has never lied in the hands of one or two players. Never. But the reason that Rob Dillingham got treated way different than everybody else is because he knew, hey, if we gonna win if Rob has a good night. If I take Rob out of this game, the pace of my offense changes. The outlook of my offense changes. You don't have to double nobody on the court. You don't have to do nothing. But you know who Rob Dillingham's biggest enemy is him. Nobody can stop Rob Dillingham except Rob Dillingham. And that's the facts. And Rob Dillingham stopped himself in Kentucky. He couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. So, well, there you have it. They folded. They choked like I told you they would. But, you know, it's all good. It's all good.
Who's your pick?
Huh?
Who's your pick?
Houston. We looking good.
Oh. No, I'll give you that. Because I just don't. People that, like, I'm sorry, but unless you go to school at UConn or, like, you go to school at South Carolina on the women's side, it's like, what fun do you have in picking the odds-on favorite? Yeah. Like, what fun do you have, bro? Like, that's just kind of weird to me, bro. It is kind of weird to me. Like, you gonna pick the odds-on favorite and then boast about it? Because if all of y'all that's talking about,
I knew they was gonna win the whole time.
For the favorite, like, that's why on the women's side, I got Juju and USC winning the whole thing. But look. If it wasn't them, if USC gets knocked out, my next team is Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame. I'm not about to pick the favorite, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Like, unless Morehouse in that or NYU go from D3 to D1 and they just go crazy, like, that's the only way, like, I will pick, like, a favorite if, like, I really went to the school, bro. Like, what's the point of March Madness? Like, and how many times does the odds-on favorite win the chip?
Hey, if UConn win, they'll be the first back-to-back winner since Florida. Florida, Al Horford played for Florida when they won back-to-back. You know how old Al Horford is?
Yeah, he old.
I almost said some cuss words right there. Al Horford is old.
Old as dirt. Old as dirt. No, that's real though. That's real. Back to football, man. Well, I'll say my pick, yeah. Because if Baylor ain't get knocked out, I would have picked Baylor to win, but they got knocked out. My bracket's so cooked.
I would have never picked Baylor to win. I like Baylor a lot, but I would have never picked them to win. It was fun to watch.
Oh, I know something to talk about real quick. We got some time.
We got
Greeny on ESPN said that UConn would make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing, dog?
Folks got to stop doing that. It's not.
You gotta stop.
It's not fair. The way that college basketball is played isn't even how the NBA is. Like, there's a reason there's a reason that like Zach Edey probably won't be like a very good player in the NBA, bro. Like, what's the dude? What's the dude?
What is Donovan Clingan gonna do, bro, in the NBA? He's a stick.
It's not.
Jalen Duran will mollywop him.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham will literally fry the dog crap out of Tristan Newton and Cam Spencer, bro. Like, what is we talking about, bro?
Isaiah Stewart sitting on everything. Isaiah Stewart sitting one of them right there.
Real.
Whole UConn team going flying. Like
come on, dog.
Folks gotta stop doing that.
I had to get that out. All right, last topic for today. Y'all see it in the title.
Giants.
The Giants still salty. Still salty over Saquon Barkley.
I don't think so.
And I don't know what this franchise is doing, bro. Because look, you didn't sign Saquon to a long-term deal because you put that money into Daniel Jones. So then Daniel Jones, after you give him the money, he goes into this season, plays like six games, tears his ACL out for this season. And then in the offseason, right now, it's a bunch of reports saying, Daniel Jones, he's not that guy. Daniel Jones, we don't want him no more. We're done with him. Why would you mortgage your future for somebody that you don't fully believe in? This is why you're a trash organization. Like, you're worse than the Cowboys because you don't know what the hell you're doing. You literally don't know what the hell you're doing. So you miss out on a generational talent. But I'm just saying, like, it's damn near, because people be trying to talk about y'all, it's damn near like, you feel me, like a compliment, like.
That's a compliment? That's the wildest backhanded compliment I ever heard in my life, dog.
For real rip, though, like, this team don't know what they're doing. And so then their owner is going to say, we believe in Daniel Jones. This was the craziest thing. He said, we believe in Daniel Jones, but if there's a franchise guy in the draft, we'll take him.
That's not what he said.
Bro, he said there's a.
Go read the quote. He said, if my front office wants to take somebody at 6, I won't stop them.
For a franchise guy.
Sure.
Alluding that Daniel Jones is not a franchise guy.
All right, cool. I don't think they're salty. I honestly believe they're not salty. I think that, sure, they're mad that he went in the division, but that's the only thing they're mad about. Nobody's mad that they didn't pay Saquon other than the fans. This wasn't an empathy quote, bro. This was a I want my fans to feel like I actually cared as much about Saquon as they did. They did not care about Saquon. They showed it time and time again. They're not salty that Saquon isn't there. If he wanted Saquon to be there, do you not think Saquon would be there still? You don't think Saquon would have stayed if they'd have paid him?
That's what I'm saying. That they should have, and they should have no reason.
No. I mean, Saquon was a free agent this offseason. If they'd have paid Saquon this offseason, do you not think Saquon would still be there?
Say it one more time.
If they tried to pay Saquon this offseason, do you not think he would still be there?
He wanted to be a Giant. He didn't want to be an Eagle.
That's my point. Hold on. That's all I needed. My point is that they're not salty that he's not there. They're salty that he went inside the division. I would be too. You would be too. If he was on your team, he went inside the division. Everybody would be salty about that. I don't know where the headline is here. Of course he's salty. Is Daniel Jones his quarterback? No, the hell he's not. Will he have to draft a quarterback at some point? Yes, he will. They're not salty about nothing. They know he knows what he did wrong. The only people that are salty actually are the ones that are in his front office who have to clean up this giant mess that they made. Everybody in there like, damn, bro, what am I going to do now? Clean up your mess. Clean up what you made. You made your bed, you got to lie in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that's salty. The ones that's got to clean up this mess.
But it's like, all right, here's his quote. If they fall in love, he's talking about their GM and the coach. He said if they fall in love with a quarterback and believe that he's worth number 6 or moving up,
Yeah.
I would certainly support that.
Yeah.
But like, all right, so you have that. Then he says, I know they're looking at quarterbacks. You've seen that. They've gone to some pro days. We've had some guys in. I don't think they're even close to making a final determination yet as to which way they're going to go on that. Those discussions will happen over the next few weeks. I mean, like, bro, if you're even saying this to the public, imagine the conversations inside the building.
I think those are the conversations, though. I think he just didn't lie. I think sometimes as media, we try to read too deep into a quote, and I don't think it's anything deeper. I think he's telling the truth. I think he's saying, I'm personally getting the hell out of the way. Whatever my front office decides, whatever Brian Daboll decides, if they decide to go with a quarterback at 6, cool. If they don't, then we have Daniel Jones. Because I don't think, here's the thing. We have to stop making it seem like the Giants are in this epic rush to start winning. They're not. They're not a contending team. They're not one of those front-running teams. They're not contenders right now. So they're not in any sort of a rush to make this thing happen, right? So like we have to stop acting as if they're in this mega hurry to make something happen. They're not. If they have to deal with Daniel Jones for the rest of his, well, he probably got like 3 years left on his contract or something like that now. If they have to deal with Daniel Jones for the next 3 years, then so be it. But they're not going to get to number 1 for Caleb Williams. They're not going to get Drake May. They're probably not going to get Jaden Daniels. Would they go and get J.J. McCarthy is the question. Do you think they would? To me, that's a waste of a draft pick.
They would. That's a waste.
That's a waste of a draft pick.
Because JJ ain't going to change life in an offense that literally has no structure, no foundation, no skill possession, no skill possession guys, no O-line. I mean, they got some guys, but come on, like the Giants haven't shown to develop a competent O-line.
But that's my point: is that there's not a rush, which leads me to believe that he's not lying. I truly believe that he's just like, hey, bro, I'm getting the hell out of the way. If they decide to get a quarterback, cool. If they don't, cool. If they decide to go elsewhere, cool. But I don't think he's lying. I think he said exactly what he meant. Now, I do think he was lying about the Saquon thing. That, like I said, is an empathy quote. That right there is like, I'm empathizing with my fans. I want y'all to know that I cared about Saquon just as much as y'all did. But in reality, if they wanted Saquon to still be in the building, Saquon would still be in the building. But what you can't do is you can't overpay Daniel Jones and then go and pay Saquon too for 13 or 14 million. That's just ridiculous.
All right, I get that, but like it just don't make sense. Like, all right, it's fine. Like, are they salty about Saquon going to the Eagles? Yes, they are, bro. I know that for a fact they are.
For sure.
Maybe if he went to the Steelers, would they feel as hurt? Nah, I'll give you that. And that's a good point that you said. The fact that like, because owners they be worried about what the perception is from the fans. There's only a couple of owners like James Dolan that just don't care. They know I'm gonna get paid regardless. F y'all, I'm gonna get my cheese. But a lot of these owners, they do care. So I'll give you that. But it's just not smart to say, yeah, we're thinking about getting off the guy who we just paid. It's not smart.
Why?
Because, bro, it's like I could see if he had like a terrible, terrible season after you paid him, but you just paid the guy. He got injured. You're not going to be like, all right, well, let's ride with the guy that we just paid 40 mil. If you have the number 1 overall pick, I get it. But you're looking at now they're about to get the 3rd, maybe 4th quarterback in the draft.
So, but this is the way I view it. I view it as I just lit a fire under my quarterback who wasn't playing good.
I don't think what Daniel Jones is.
Probably not. Probably not. He's probably not that guy. He's probably not that guy that you lit a fire under, right? Sure, I get what you're saying. But as the owner, he's like, I got to do something here. Cause who's your backup? Tyrod just left. Tyrod just went. Tyrod, where did Tyrod go? Tyrod just went somewhere, but he's not in New York no more.
Yeah, I forget where he went.
I forget where he went to. But you literally don't have a competition or even a backup quarterback to.
I think he's he's on the Jets.
Yeah. What's the Italian dude name? The Italian dude that's the backup quarterback. Yeah.
DeVito.
DeVito is not competing with Daniel Jones. I'm sorry. You got bad to worse. You got bad to worse. You see what I'm saying? So you can't even through words, you have to create competition, create fire, create something to get this dude to feel like there's some type of like they might go and replace me. They actually might replace me. Because otherwise, what you just told me is they paid the dude $40 million. If I pay somebody $40 million, they should feel very comfortable. That's
what I'm saying, but that's my point. Like,
so, but you have to say something that makes him feel a little bit less comfortable. No,
that makes him feel less comfortable for him to be like, I got to be on my game.
Yeah, because otherwise, because if you don't take a quarterback at 6, what can you do to make him play better? Nothing. But we just said it would be a waste of a pick to take a quarterback at 6. So
it would if they wanted a quarterback, bro. If they wanted a quarterback, bro,
move up.
They should have. What they should have done, bro, was trade a third for Justin Fields and then use that 6th overall pick. I'm so serious, and then use that 6th overall pick to get a skill position guy, to get Malik Neighbors or get Romeo Odunze or get Marvin Harrison if he's available. Like, but it's like a useless pick to get a quarterback. Again, as an Eagles fan, I would love it. I think you would love it too unless they got Jaden Daniels. If they got him, if they get Jaden Daniels, everything I say, I'ma shut up. Yes.
Obviously, we wouldn't know what we're talking about. We wouldn't know what we was talking about. Obviously, I don't know.
Then I'll be like, all right, the owner, he knew something. We ain't know. If he drops that, and he might, bro, because you saw with Justin Fields, he was like a top 3 consensus pick. He like dropped to like 12 or 11.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, but it's also like in these drafts, all of the first round quarterbacks don't hit. It's never what happened in that draft with Baker, Lamar, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen. Like Baker for number 1 overall pick ain't live up to expectations. Josh Rosen bust. Sam Darnold bust. Only was Lamar and Josh, and they were like the 3rd and 4th quarterback. So maybe that's something that the Giants or Patriots or whoever can hang the hat on. Be like, heck, if we get the right guy who's like the 3rd or 4th quarterback on the board, it's not like he's still got hella potential. Like it's not over, but it's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
we're gonna see. But I'm scared of Jaden Daniels, though.
I wouldn't say I'm scared of him, but I definitely don't want him in the division. A little nervous. Scared? I don't know about scared. I rookie quarterbacks don't scare me as much. I don't know. Rookie quarterbacks really just don't scare me as much. I don't know.
If Dan Quinn, we got like 30 seconds left. If Dan Quinn passes up on Jane Daniels, what that tells me was they don't want no RG3 type bull. They're like, no, get a straight pocket passer. We ain't doing this again.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's wild. But yeah, bro. What you gotta say to people before we hop off?
That's another good one, bro. We did good today. And we getting out of here on time.
And getting out of here on time, 1:15. That's what we do. Man, it's Real Talk with MJ. Legends live forever. You see our new little overlay. We got some more stuff coming soon. Coming soon. But it's MJ. It's Kobe. Legends live forever. Episode 3. We out, y'all.